commercial or is it conviction? That means we would have to determine what the church is all about these days. On that note, welcome. I am Kalada Kurubatubo. You can follow me on social media at Kalada, THEKALADA. Now, let's go into the thick of the conversation for the hour. And once again, I'm more concerned about how people are getting by. So this is very much a personal conversation, personal to you, the listener, personal to me, the presenter, and personal to your neighbor or to whoever is around you at this moment. Now, we have been told that inflation fell from 24.48% to 23.18% in the month of February. Now, this is after the NBS, that's the National Bureau of Statistics, rebased. They changed the formats in which they calculate inflationary rates. They said the reason for changing the format, was to meet current realities. Now, let's underline that, current realities. And that's why we're having this conversation. Now, according to the statistics, food inflation reduced. Gas inflation also reduced. That's according to what they said. However, on social media in recent times, if you want to make reference to our conversation yesterday about the youth corps member who was ranting and the rant got her into trouble with the NYSC, where she talked about how things are too expensive. The other time, I think it was last week, you had a conversation with Jude as it relates to house rents and how expensive it is. Basically, the conversation on the street is how prices have doubled or even quadrupled in the past few months. And that's been the conversation. And I do understand that a lot of people say, Nigerians are resilient. Nigerians can go through anything thrown at them. That there is that conversation. But I'm looking. Really, last year, with the severe inflationary pressure, we had the statistics that over 100 million people were living in multi-dimensional poverty. I cannot help but look into this conversation to ask the question, how are you surviving? Are you surviving or are you thriving in the current society or Nigerian economic situation? I also will make reference to that youth corps member. She said something that all the things that she hustles for ends up in payment of bills. If it is not the electricity bill, it will be transportation bill. If it is not transportation bill, there is the talk of an increment in rental fees, that's house rents. If it's not that one, you're talking about food prices. How much is a crate of egg? How much is tomatoes now in the market? How much is a custard rubber of rice or a custard rubber of gari or a custard rubber of beans? And these are some of the common food items that, the easy food items people go to when they do not have enough money to feed. So my first question on the show is, are you surviving or are you thriving in the current situation here in Nigeria? That you have to be living in Nigeria. I know we have listeners in diaspora, but this conversation mainly is for those living in Nigeria. Are you thriving or are you surviving? How potent is your income? For those of you who earn daily income, how potent is it? Is it able to meet your essentials? I'm not talking about your wants now. I'm talking about your daily needs. Is it able to meet your essentials? If you earn monthly income, is it able to meet your financial goals, your financial targets, your, whatever it is that are needs for you? Because needs differ and everybody to his own. It's relative, actually. But does it really meet your financial goals, your financial essentials? How do you manage if you're a family man, if you're a family woman? How do you manage in the family? How do you get by? And that's the conversation, because according to the statistics, things are getting better. But is that reflective in the household of the common man? Because usually when the stats come, oh, GDP is growing, inflation is reducing, really is not reflective on the part of the common man. So on the show today, I've got a series of questions. And these two are the most important one. Are you thriving or surviving if you're living in Nigeria? 1. 2. How potent is your income? Because despite inflation, there is also to talk about the value of the naira. So you may be earning 200,000 today when compared to 200,000 of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years ago. It's not the same. So the question then, yet again, how potent is the income you are earning? The president, right? The president has told us on several occasions, a plethora of occasions, that what we are going through, the phase we are in right now, is a phase of sacrifice. We're sacrificing. Do you see a light at the end of the tunnel? Do you see these sacrifices yielding the desired results that you hope for? Once again, they say inflation is reducing. So do you think the sacrifices are paying off already? What kind of legacy are we leaving? Financial legacy, economical legacy are we leaving for the generations to come? Do you think, you know what, we shouldn't be focused on what we gain? We should be focused on leaving a good legacy for the children, the generations that are coming ahead. There's also the question, do you think Nigerians are willing to sacrifice? Do you think they like to complain? Because, you know, there are a lot of rants talking about, oh, how poor man do? What can the common man do? Anyways, the poor will always be with us, so they say. I'm going to the phone lines right about now. I want to get your thoughts on this one. And the question is really very simple. Are you thriving or thriving in? Let's even bring it to River State. With all of the, you know, happenings in the state, are you thriving or are you surviving? Because I do not want to say, oh, all of the responsibilities are, you know, shouldered by the federal government alone. No, we do have the state government, we do have the local government, and these governments have roles to play. But unfortunately, in Rivers State, there are political challenges to the functioning of the local government and the effectiveness of the state government. So I'd like to get your thoughts, really, thriving or surviving in current Nigeria. 0817 923 0002. There is the number 0817 923 0003, and there is the number 0817 923 0002. You can send your messages via WhatsApp to the number 0809 0306 You can also call via WhatsApp. I'll take your calls. And let's start with this one. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning. Thriving, surviving. Which is it for you?
Hello, Kelly. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. What's your name?
Thank you. My name is Miriam from Africa.
All right, Muriel. I need you to be audible so I can hear you very well.
Okay. All right. Look, Kelly, I think for most Nigerians and for me, we're just barely surviving. Though there are people that are getting it good, Kelly.
Yeah,
but
true.
I think survivors just their life and see if things will change. That is what many of us are just hanging on. And it's like now is the time when some people come to the studio and beg Nigerians to, you know, do these multiple streams of income. Even when you're working, try to do one or two to add up. It's like now is the time when that call, you know, should be ringing seriously in the heads of Nigeria. Because if you depend on even 2 streams of income, you may not. Then especially when you have children, for someone to feed themselves, if they come in but just to feed themselves, is a problem.
But Miro, do you think Nigerians are lazy and not doing enough? They are depending on the government. They are waiting for the government to do everything for them, to make everything available. I mean, we've got a lot of PhD holders. We've got a lot of professors. So why are we in the state we are in?
KDB, I think Nigerians are one of the most resourceful and hard-working people. And good enough, our working population, our labor force is so huge. But if you come to my area, KDB, if you see young guys just strolling around, let someone just put one factory there. Let the government, you see that all of them will, in fact, the application will be so much. Don't you see when government, they put application on a line, do you see even when they call for personal, applying person, do you see the crowd? Nigerians want to work, but where are the opportunities? So people are just barely surviving.
So are you saying, Muriel, in Rivers State we don't have enough opportunities for the young minds to express their creativity and their skill sets? Is that what you're saying?
Actually, let's say the truth. Rivers State is a reflection of the entire country.
Okay.
And nothing much, honestly. But the governors and the different governors will try as much as they can. And then you see that most times it's just Lagos that is thriving. All
right, Muriel, I've got to go for a commercial. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
The show continues after this break.
The right questions in my head. I'm thinking. By the way, 28 minutes past 9. You're still listening to the frequency 92.3 Nigeriainfo, Kalada Kuru Batsbo still in the studio, and we're live on Facebook 92.3, or is it Nigeriainfo PH? I beg your pardon, Nigeriainfo PH on Facebook, Nigeriainfo PH on YouTube live as well, and Nigeriainfo on X, very interactive there as well. The question should be in my head, I'm thinking, if you're earning 150,000 naira, I mean, looking or hearing that amount of 1,000 naira, if you're earning 150 or even 200,000 naira, can it run a home for a month? Talking about transportation, talking about feeding, talking about house, managing the house in its entirety. Let's even look at how much a self-contained goes for in many parts of Rivers State. An average self-contained would have been 150,000, 200,000. In some places, it's going for 300, 500, or even, about 500,000 naira. We're talking a one-bedroom apartment for people who are running a family. You're talking close to 1 million or above 1 million naira. And, one can't help but ask that question. How potent is your income? If you're a daily income earner, how potent is that? How does that get you by on a daily note? If you're a monthly income earner, are you one of those that before the salary comes in, you have already spent it because you have to make do with, all that there is to make do with? Anyways, I'm going back to the phone lines right about now. I want to get your thoughts. Remember, you can send your messages on Facebook. You could also send it on WhatsApp. Facebook, Nigeriainfo PH. WhatsApp, 0809 030 6416. Now, the conversation is that the prices of things are reducing. That's what inflation is about. Inflation measures the cost of items in the market, in the buying and selling, what the cost is. And inflation, according to the NBS, has reduced. But has it reduced in your household? Has it reduced, in that office, that business that you run? I'd like to know. Let's go to the phone line, 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003 and 0817 923 0007. Once again, WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. On WhatsApp, this one says, greetings, Mr. Kalada. If you can survive in Nigeria, you will most likely survive anywhere on this planet or even outside. Nigeria's government policies will continue to impoverish the people and make life harder for them because of too much focus on international business at the detriment of the people. This will lead to increase in taxes and what have you, just like what is happening under the present regime. Lastly, the truth is that a great majority of Nigerians are very industrious, but government is their greatest enemy. Triumphant Agava with that one. This one says, morning, Kalada. Going by the poverty index of Nigeria, it's no doubt that Nigerians are striving than surviving. The march of the striving is yet to come because seizing the federal allocation due to the continuous political saga of Rivers State alone makes living extremely hard and will be harder if this political tussle persists. Calvin Iyobu is sending that one from Port Harcourt. But let's go back to the phone lines now. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning. Hello, I can barely hear you. Good morning to you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Turn off your radio. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
My name is Jim. I'm calling you from Port Harcourt University.
All right. Tell me what your thoughts are.
There's a say that goes this way, that the society is not good. Who are these people in the society? Is our leaders. They're not helping matters. Our leaders are not helping. I must tell you, Nigerians are the best people, strong, and there is nothing you throw at them that they can't hold on it. But notwithstanding that, our leaders are not helping matters. They are not doing well to us. We, the citizens here in Nigeria, they are not doing well. Things are working out. The people are suffering. People are dying out of hunger. And
Now, let's personalize this. Let's not generalize it now. Let's not talk about other people. For you, are you surviving or thriving? Are you, doing all right given the current economic state in the country?
As a human here in Nigeria, I must tell you, with the help of the Lord Almighty, I think I'm okay. I'm doing better. I'm great. I wouldn't say I'm striving.
Are you speaking? Are you speaking based on faith that things will be better, or are you speaking based on your current reality?
Things definitely. I'm speaking out of faith. I'm speaking with faith that things will definitely get better, notwithstanding what the leaders are doing to the poor masses.
All right. Interesting. Thank you very much for your thoughts there. Let's take another one. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning and welcome on Hello Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good morning to you.
Mr. Zion, I heard from a bird that you're doing all right. You're thriving in Nigeria. You're a big boy, so I heard.
For this comment you have stated, I will relocate to another place.
Welcome, Mrs. Zion. Let's get your thoughts
Thank
then.
you.
Yeah.
Canada, if you think you are thriving at this present day Nigeria, you don't have responsibilities.
No, see, Zion. Let's not generalize it, because whether you like it or not, there are people in Nigeria who are doing fantastically well. Fantastically well. There are people there.
The present day Nigeria, the more you are doing well, the more responsibility will heap up on you. Before your next gig will come, text messages, phone calls from relatives, from brothers, from friends, even from enemies will come to that phone. So before your allowance or your salary will drop on the 28th or 27th, depends. My brother, you start disbursement. The people you promise money, your children's school fees, your family needs. So you find out that we are all struggling. Not all now, some of us, like people like me, I'm struggling. I need help. Canada, I need help. In this present day economy, if you are thriving, which means you don't have relatives, you are not a giver, or you are a very stingy, your heart is hardened that I will never give anybody money. But if you are that benevolent type, my brother, it's not easy. By the grace of God, we run a private business. We have a kitchen. Do you know that now some of those customers we used to celebrate, we have a folder for them now? Even organizations that patronizes us, we have a folder for some of them. Why do you think we have that? Things are difficult.
All right.
This sentiment that prices are coming down, Canada, see that the price is coming down. Go and check the expiration date of that
But the conversation is that in the month of February, prices reduce, and more likely to reduce in the month of March. I mean, it's consecutive months.
Has never happened in the history of Nigeria before. What you are seeing, people are selling off goods that are about to expire in their shop in giveaway price. They're telling you price is coming down.
Right.
If prices are coming down, why is house rent increasing?
All right.
Transportation increasing.
Zion, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your thoughts. Talking about transportation, somebody said something that 1,500 naira will take you from Choba to Rumokoro and back to Choba, because somewhere around 100, 600 naira, for one trip. Then I'm thinking, Choba to Rumokoro used to be somewhere around 100 naira many years ago, and it means that over 1,000%? How do you calculate it? Now, I'm not very good with, I'm not the NBS, but it shows that the prices of things have really skyrocketed, and I'm wondering how you're getting by. So once again, the questions are, 1, how potent is your daily or monthly income? Do you see these advices yielding results? And then focus on laying the foundation for the future generations and not worry about whether it will get better in our time. Let's come here, 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Yes. Good morning.
My name is Barika. I'm from Eliam.
Your name is Barrister Innocent. Innocent, please, can you turn off your radio?
Barika is my.
Oh, Barika Innocent. Please, can you turn off your radio? It's noisy.
I think you and I will need accountant to tell us that some people do make fortune on account of other people's misfortune.
Sorry, what? 0817-923-0003 and 0817-933-0007. Let's come here. This one says, good morning, sir. I think if the prices of goods are beginning to plummet, then landlords and house owners should reflect it on their rentals as well. The soaring cost of house rent in River State is too high, and from the look of things, some landlords are not helping matters. Many lots of issues. Landlords help relieve the stress on tenants. Thanks. So that's a call to landlords and SOS to landlords. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
On Hello Port Harcourt. Yeah, good morning. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Jackson Alpheus.
Jackson Alpheus. Are you thriving or are you merely surviving?
I'm merely surviving.
Why do you say so?
What are the prices of goods that are going down?
But are you working? Do you have something you're doing with your hands?
Self-employed.
You're self-employed. Wow.
Yes.
And with your self-employment, you're not able to meet the prices of goods in the marketplace.
Exactly. 200,000 naira cannot do you for a month. 200k.
Is it that you go for? Is it that you go for parties? You know, you like to have a good time.
Not a party type. I don't go to party. I don't even drink. I don't even smoke. So I'm telling you that 200k cannot do for a month. I don't even know the prices of goods they said are coming down.
Interesting. So 200,000 naira cannot run your home. So what are the key things? Sorry. What are the key things you spend on? You know, can you just give us a brief picture of the things you spend on? Yeah.
I'm talking.
Okay.
Food. School fees is not always. That one is, let me just say, it's a family something.
Okay.
3-4 months you pay for a part-time.
Indeed.
I'm not even talking of that. I'm talking of food, maybe transport to go to where one wants to go. So
transportation and food are,
yes,
the most things you consume, and 200,000 naira is still not enough. Is that what you're saying?
Not enough.
Oh, interesting. Oh, my.
Enough. I mean, even the leaders that are talking of sacrifice, like the present president of this country. In his days when he was like this.
But, they claim that they met a bad economy and they are trying to get the economy back on track. And as such, Nigerians should sacrifice for us to get it back on track, or else we may collapse the country.
This is what they've been preaching to us.
Interesting.
Even when this man will complete his tenure, another person will come. It's the same thing they will tell us. We are not their interest. They are using us as their tools. If we are their interest, what we are seeing, we will not see it. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your thoughts. Inflation has reached 4.% now. It's been rebased. It was rebased to 24 points. Now it is 23 points. And you see, I'm asking the question: all of these realities they claim or the statistics signify, is it reflective on your income? Because I guess your income hasn't changed, especially if you're a civil servant, you're earning the minimum wage, or, you're on a slightly higher level in civil service and you have the consequences of salaries. It's the price of food items in the marketplace reducing. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning. Welcome to Port Harcourt.
Good morning. Is you hear me?
My name is Kala Dakurubatubo. Good morning to you.
Okay, man of the people.
Something like that.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name?
It's Okonkwo from Bumokuta.
Okonkwo, welcome. Talk to me.
Yes.
We thrive in Nigeria, not surviving. Yes.
So tell me about it. How do you thrive? How are you thriving? Let's learn from you. How are you thriving in Nigeria?
You leave your house. You have a business center.
Okay.
You leave your house and get there 7:30 or 8 o'clock. You open your shop from morning to 6. You will not see anybody because people don't have money to come and patronize you.
But that's not thriving. That's surviving, right? Because thriving is when things are going great. You know, you're doing excellently well or nearly excellently well.
Okay, let me tell you one. Not surviving.
Not surviving.
Not surviving.
You're alive, but not surviving. Okay, interesting.
Totally not surviving.
Interesting.
By the picture that I painted or given to you, that is number one. Number two, that's what we call eyewitness evidence of when go well and when things go bad. For me, two flats now is between 600,000 to 700,000.
What location? What location are you referring to?
For the purpose of security, you know the fragileness of the society.
Okay, all right.
Yes. And the one bedroom before was 250,000. So people are just suffering. People suffer from poverty and hardship, and people die from poverty and hardship, and people die. Many are sick, but they don't have money to go to the hospital. They die in their houses. Thank you.
Thank you, Okonkwo. Okonkwo has reminded me of the Fela song, Suffering and Smiling. Suffering and smiling. Is it what Nigerians are doing? Or are Nigerians indeed thriving? Remember, it's relative. It may be barely surviving for you, but for some other person, it may be just that person is thriving. And that's why I want you to personalize the conversation and tell me what your thoughts are. And this one says, millions of Nigerians are not surviving daily and to survive from hunger and starvation. It started from the Buhari government. The bad policies under the Buhari government brought this hardship on Nigerian citizens. It is even worse for the people with children, as friends and relatives don't help out. They lock you out like House of Assembly. The only people thriving without complaining in Nigeria are politicians. They're eating, okay, I wouldn't skip that part. He said, but they're eating what should have been spent on citizens. Big King from Port Harcourt. But Big King, I think there are other people who are thriving as well. The tech boys are thriving. They're setting on the industries that are thriving in Nigeria. The oil and gas boys, they are also thriving. You need to look at it from those perspectives as well. But it just says, good morning, Canada. Are we talking about drugs? A card of a particular BP drugs that was 50, even those in their 40s who've got blood pressure issues, I wonder how they are getting by. I mean, if you're buying one card for 5,000 naira, you've not talked about transportation, you've not talked about food items, you've not talked about buying one or two essentials for your children. My goodness, it really is interesting, a conversation. But Ifeanyi Chukwu says, remember the president said during the campaign that they would reduce purchase power. A salesman, even distributors find it difficult to sell, which makes it impossible for them to do a repeat purchase. Consequently, a salesman cannot reach his monthly target. I tell you, KDB, Nigerians are just surviving. All right, some say Nigerians are surviving. Some say Nigerians are merely surviving. Others have said Nigerians are not surviving. I think a 1 or 2 person said Nigerians are thriving. This one says, good morning, Mr. Canada. It is unfortunate we are dealing with politicians who do not know anything about the economy and how it works. Perhaps they know what to do, but because of their stake in various sectors, they won't implement the right policies. The truth is that even people don't know what they are doing. Okay, Chukwu Michael from Rumigbo. And I'm thinking, your paid salary today, and this is personal now, I'm telling you a personal story. Your paid salary today, and you have not even looked at the new month's responsibilities, what is attacking your salary, the potency of your salary, are responsibilities from the previous month. Let's go back to the phone lines. Almost time for us to round off conversations. 92.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Ivan. I'm calling from Woji.
Ivan. Did I say right? Ivan Woji. Okay.
But some, but they are skyrocketing.
What are those food items that came down? Can you tell us?
Yes. For example, during the Christmas period, or even before Christmas, I remember vividly where I gave my wife one rubber.
Okay.
And then a bag of rice we bought then at one.
So you can say sit down.
Tom. Now, and it has got between.
Yes, 6,000 plus.
Almost 7,000.
Yeah.
So that one keeps rising every now and then. They should do something about it. That's just the truth.
All right.
Some few things have gone down a little, others are rising.
So while one is going, the other is rising. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And for the man who called and said 200,000 will not be enough, my brother, I beg, give me that one. I mean, you
So Ivan, for you, 200,000 will run your home and pay for transportation.
Well, comfortably. Look, to be sincere with you.
Yeah.
If you have a wife who knows how to manage,
okay,
who can care for your family, I tell you the truth, it will run it comfortably well.
Interesting.
Well.
Interesting. All right, thank you very much. Ivan says 200,000 can run his home well. I mean, his wife is so astute when it comes to spending. I'll take one last call. 92.3.
Okay, suffering and smiling. People are smiling.
All right.
But some persons can't keep the smile, so they have to cry out.
Okay.
They get cried out yesterday, and some persons are good. So I went shop to buy the whole thing cost 10,000 naira. Just small pot of stew. And I'm talking to you this morning now. I'm seeing the damn pot of the stew.
The stew has finished.
10,000 naira, bros. I'm seeing the damn.
Oh my goodness.
I'm thinking this stew will take me for like 7 days, 8 days.
Zubi, you do not know how to manage. That's what I'm going to say to you. Do you agree? You don't know how to manage. Do you agree with me?
No, bro.
All right, thank you, Zubi. Zubi said, no, bros. Anyways, my time is up for this conversation. When we do come back, we'll have more conversations. Please do stay tuned.
Stay with us. Nigeriainfo.